Hi guys, so as you see, we are doing back and shoulders today, one of my favorite upper body training days. So let's get right into it. Starting off with the first exercise of the first superset is going to be bent over barbell rows, one of my absolute favorite back exercises. Now, a few things. First thing, I'm using a supinated grip, meaning a reverse grip. Secondly, I'm not using a standard 45-pound barbell. I opt for the shorter variation, which ends you anywhere between 25 and 30 pounds, give or take, depending on the bar. Now, I opt for the shorter bar, not because of the weight difference, but because of the length difference. I find the shorter bar to be much more easier to manage throughout the movement and keeping a good form when it comes to any bent over barbell row variation. So that's why I always opt for the shorter bar. Then you're going to go ahead and pick up some dumbbells and get into bent over rear delt flies. Now, this is definitely one of those exercises where there are a few different variations when it comes to a bent over rear delt fly and how you perform it and what's going to give you the best contact in your rear delts. I definitely prefer this variation where my elbows are facing back a little bit more. Then there are other people who prefer to have their elbows facing up towards the ceiling more. Some people like to have their arms more straight out or like to have them more bent. So it's all about finding what is going to work best for you and give you the best contact in your body. And for me personally, this is definitely the variation that has always worked best for me. Second superset is starting off with standing Arnold presses. So for this pressing movement, unlike the seated overhead press, you're going to start off with the dumbbells in front of you, and then you're going to be rotating them up as you're pressing them over your head. This is an amazing pressing movement because we are targeting our front, rear, and lateral delts in this exercise. So it's an overall awesome shoulder movement. And with that, we are going to be supersetting seated back rows. I am using the closed V-bar attachment, making sure to get a full stretch at the bottom of the movement. And as I bring the weight towards me, I am squeezing my back and making sure to keep those elbows in.
It's been a roller coaster, but you stayed, and now I'm taking over for the day, 'cause I can be what you wanna be, and I can feel but you love for me. Take me to a place I'm calling for, open up the doors I'm knocking on, I'm losing control.
Third superset is going to start off with the one and only wide grip lat pull down, probably the most basic staple exercise in anybody's back training. You're going to be doing 4 sets of 10 reps.
Days, 'cause you and I will never fade, and I could be what you wanna be, and I can feel but you love for me.
And we're going to be supersetting that with standing lateral raises, again 4 sets of 10 reps. superset is going to start off with standing face pulls. I absolutely love doing the seated variation. That is still the one that has my heart. If you want to know what I'm talking about, it was in my last back and shoulder video I posted. But if I'm not doing that variation, then I am doing the standing variation where I'm standing upright and in a staggered stance. That's the stance I've been preferring lately for my standing face pulls. Just the more squatted down motion that I used to do really just burned the crap out of my legs, especially with all the leg training I do. So I definitely prefer to do more of the standing upright and then just having a staggered stance. All of it gets the job done the same way. I just wanted to tell you guys what my two favorite variations are, which is definitely going to be the seated variation is number one, and then this one is a close second for the face pulls. And to finish off this superset, before we get into the burnout and finish off the workout, we are ending with straight arm lat pull downs. So how I like to perform my lat pull downs is I actually like to keep my elbows slightly bent. I like to make sure that I'm using a bar attachment versus a rope attachment. That is like night and day for me. Whenever I use a rope attachment, my triceps take over. So I always make sure to use a bar. I also find that the bar places my hands and arms in the perfect positioning in order to get the best engagement in my lats possible. And then I always like to do this scoop like motion. I mention this on my channel all the time, that you want to start with the weight above your head, and then as I'm pulling it down, I like to scoop it back into my waist, so that way I can really get that full squeeze in my back at the bottom of the movement. And so those little things right there are like my main big key tips when it comes to this exercise and for myself and making sure I get the best results possible with this movement. So give any of those a shot if you struggle with that movement as well. And then to end the workout, we are doing some TRX neutral grip rows. Now, if you don't have access to TRX bands, no worries. You can do some inverted rows on a Smith machine, but I just opted for the TRX band since I haven't done them in a while. That was the entire back and shoulder workout. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Also, if you guys could please comment down below any video suggestions you might have, or what you are wanting me to make more of, or anything you've been wanting me to put up on the channel, so that way I can kind of go ahead and plan ahead of time and start getting more content up for you guys that you are really wanting to see. That's all I really have for you guys today, so really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.